Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode. This episode, I'm going to be showing you the sleeper box. Why I chose to stay in it, why I chose to go this way, the size of it, rundown, what I should have, what I could have, all what's inside it, bit of everything. So, hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, nice. First up, it's 1300 wide. So I would have liked to go on it a little bit wider. Originally I was going to go all the way, cover the whole guard, but a few mistakes were made when I was doing the boat rack and that, so not to worry, I've made do. It is still wide enough, so that's the main thing. How I was gonna work out how wide I want it is I was just gonna go off my swags. So me double, I've had a double, it was about 1500 wide. I've had a bigger single, king single, it was a metre wide. And now I've got the hybrid crash pad, I think she's about 1300 wide. So I knew from having the king 1500 wide, it's heaps more than enough room. Even your metre wide ones, they're not, you couldn't do it full time in them, but I still had an idea how wide it was, and roughly if I went in between I'd be still happy with it. So 1300 was pretty good. It fits. I can get a foam mattresses from Clark Rubber. I just put one of them in there, and it's a double size mattress. So to give you an idea how wide it is on the inside. So 1300 wide, like I said, if I could have, I probably would have went a little bit wider, but it's worked. It's now it doesn't really bother me. When I first did it, I thought this isn't going to be wide enough, but it has worked out, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So that's the width. So the depth for whatnot, the length of it, 2 meters, same as the swag. Thing is, inside these boxes too, you can, you put a leg up or something, you lean it up against a solid wall, it's fine. You still feel like you got a lot of room in them. You don't have to worry about pushing on the sides of the walls or anything like that, I guess. Up here, obviously a lot of people are worried about, what if someone's going to lock you in it or something. Easiest way to deal with that is to shut the locks, lock them with a key, lock them up. Then they can't be opened too locked. And I think I'm going to hear someone here fiddling around with it and dodges out, and right in this section is actually a fully enclosed canopy as well. So if I am in a spot for a long time, I've never had a problem with anything like that. I think if I had to, I'd kick the shit out of it to get out, don't worry. But yeah, so just lock your locks, they can't be opened up, then they can't be shut on you and locked again. So that's how you get around that. Insulation, yep, I've insulated the whole thing. So when I am in it, I usually leave this door up. She always stays up, hence the fact why I got that wall here made. It's made out of PVC. It's not made like that for weather. Like if it's really going to hammer down and I don't have my awning or anything set up, I will just drop this down. But in saying that, in some positions where the rain's not coming in from this angle, I can have it like that and it won't leak, it just runs down the sides, so that works as well. But yeah, so that's pretty much the outside of it. Why I chose to go this, I think I've been in this sort of style now, sleeping in this for the last 10 or so years. So this trail, I've had this one for a while, and the one before that, it was always this as well. So sleeping in like a box, it's more the weather. It's a bit more secure, it's more safe. It doesn't fade in the sun. Sun's a killer. It fades a lot of stuff. Hence the fact all my material work I go is PVC. It doesn't breathe as much, but I know how much rain we have, it's not going to matter, it's not going to come through it eventually, it just doesn't. So yeah, that's why I went this sort of way. It's like I stop on the side of the road of a night time, I don't got to pull up, early. if I feel like driving, because sometimes if I stop too early, I'm still pumped, I just can't sleep. So I can go till I feel a bit buggered, then I can pull up. It's a matter of jumping out, opening this side up and jumping straight into bed like a truck sleeper cab. You know, you're not setting nothing up. Come morning, rain, hail, sunshine, doesn't matter. Get out of bed, shut the door and away you go. You don't got to wait till it to dry. So that's why I did go this, you know, they're the bigger reasons why I went this sort of way. But yeah, like I said, the sun, it just kills everything, and it won't kill this. And I know, you know, if you're in a wild storm and that, I'd rather be sleeping in something like this than a bit of material. I'll give you a look on the inside. Boo. So, the inside. Like I said, she fits a double size bed. So double size mattress goes straight into it. Just the foam ones, ideally down the track. I'd really like to go in a spring, a little bit heavier, but I won't be replacing it so much because, you know, obviously they do go eventually, the foam ones. And yeah, so I probably wouldn't mind going in a spring. They're comfortable as I go 150. So I go the 150 deep one, high density. So a little bit stiff to start off with, but I feel it lasts a little bit longer than the softer ones when I first ever got them. So that's what I go in here. Where do we start? Okay, like I said, it's all insulated. Makes a hell of a difference. A lot big of a difference, like you have no idea. In one of the other videos, I'll leave a thing up top for you. I was putting insulation underneath the mattress, so it's underneath the bed as well. Why I did that, at that time it was freezing, so I wanted to stop that coldness from coming up underneath and going through the mattress, because then it, you know, it takes a while for the mattress to want to heat up. So that's why I did that. But the original reason why I wanted to do it was stop the heat. So I remember we were at Longreach there at one stage, and I think it got up to like 46 degrees. You jump in bed of that night with everything so hot, and she just like that warm. And it took a fair while for it to drop, so putting the insulation underneath the mattress did make a difference. While I'm on that subject, I've got to ask the question about condensation. Well, I've never had condensation in here with anything, even my roof topper, my soft floor camper that I had, I've always had a fan in them. I do believe it makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. Having a fan in there just to, you know, move that humidity and that around. But in this, well, even when I don't have a fan, I can't ever recall having condensation. If anything, you probably got a little bit on the naked bits of material, like just the alley. So where all the insulation is, yeah, you don't notice it, you don't get it on there. But yeah, so condensation is not that bad. Even underneath, I don't get it. I always pick the mattress up to have a look, because I know on the old mattress, sometimes in the rooftop when I had it, she could get a bit wet under there. So that's obviously, I used to have the little 12-volt ceiling fans in that, which was the best thing. 12-volt ceiling fan, and I put that in the rooftop tent. Look, you got to be careful. Yep, don't want to sit up and hit it, but it's just a good spread. It really evened out the wind for you. So in this one, I run the Syrosco. You can see the same, they move all around and that. These are one of the first ones. I think they've made newer ones. I don't know what they do different, but it turns where I need it to go and works. It's got a timer in 3 different settings. Yeah, they don't chew stuff all neither, which is a good thing. 1 wasn't enough, definitely had to put the 2 in, and 2 makes a big difference. Over here, these are them Mortein bug sprayer things. I have a lot of coils. I run a lot of coils for mosquitoes. I really don't have that much issues with them. Whether it's my blood's too good for them, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I'm glad. But these things up here, when I have canisters, I haven't had one for a while, but they are beaut, because I can light a coil. You know, you get your how many ever hours out of them, but with this thing, like in the mornings, like when your coils run out, this thing, I think they're just a timer. So every so often it'll be just letting a bit out. Smell it a little bit, obviously. I think they'd be citronella or something, whatever they have in them. But it's not a bad smell. Fans move it around and that, so you're not getting that full on whiff with it. I always have it on the low settings, but I do find they work. And they're just handy if you want to put one in the canopy or put one in your tent or canopy of your caravan or anything like that. Yeah, I don't mind them. I do have the thermocell as well, but it's practical and it's good for inside. There's no flame about it, there's no nothing, you know. So yeah, works all right. Over here, I have these little boxes. Have one up here, have one down in the corner. That pretty much just where the power comes from, out of me power house, and it runs into these, and all inside these are fused, and this is what I attached all my lights, my switches to. So for lights, I put a light outside. Yeah, got a light inside. It has the power going up to here. I did used to run a TV in here. Look, like, you know, I live out of it, so when I'm not working and stuff like that, or if it's just non-stop rainy weather, which I like being in places in wet season, and sometimes it's just constantly and you just don't feel like getting out. So I didn't mind, you know, having a TV, but I didn't get it everywhere, so it wasn't real practical for me anymore, so I ended up getting rid of the TV. Just, to be honest, I had more phone service or you know, stuff all me hard drive with movies on it than I ever had TV reception. So I didn't want to go out and get a what do you call them, like a satellite dish or anything like that. It's just, it wouldn't be practical for me. So I got rid of the TV. Now I just have my iPad, and you know, if I got service, I just watch a bit of YouTube, or I study things, or yeah, I don't know, it's just handy to have. Same thing though, it's probably not going to be used a lot, but I always had it on me anyway, so I didn't see the practicality of taking a TV and plus this, so TV went. So that's hence the fact why it's got the big bracket in here and that. I'll make something up a bit better for that. That's just the power for the TV. That was the antenna lead. Yes, I do have an AC. It does get hot, can get very hot. Another reason why being in something like this is a hell of a lot better than canvas. You know, people, they do get hot. If you open up a canopy door and you get hammered by heat, they can get hot, but you know, they're probably not vented, they're probably not insulated or anything like that. So here is built for sleeping in, so I do, you know, there is a vent, there is oxygen that can get around the AC unit. I do have fans in there. Here it is insulated, it is pretty much built for it, so it's going to be a lot cooler than your average canopy sitting on the back of someone's ute, you know. Yeah, so AC just helps. If I'm waking up, you know, early, going to work all day, I don't want to have a shit night's sleep, you know. Or really, you know, yeah, I just want to make my bed comfortable. I live in it all the time. I have done for a long time now, so yeah, I put an AC in there. In saying that too, it probably gets used very rarely. I can run it off my own system. It is run off a timer, so I can't get all night out of it, definitely not all night out of it, not running everything else and that, but I don't really need to. I just usually turn it on for 3 hours at the beginning of the night, just cools it down. So if not, I just leave that back door open if the weather's not, you know, too rainy and that. So it's just, for them really, really bad nights, it's a godsend. I'm glad I have it, and I am looking at something different. So again, if you noticed, I've gone through a few of these because one's just the corrugations, the roads, the practicality, you know, like brilliant, but this other one I'm looking at probably going to suit me a little bit more, but it's just the size of it and that. So, but that's something totally different. So yes, there is an aircon in here. Moving over, so what I might do is I might jump on the other side, guys, because pretty much everything else is on the other side. So I'll take you around the corner. Move. So, this side, move everything over. I've got a curtain, so when, you know, especially in dry season, something like that, if you want to pull up, you can open up this whole thing, bigger windows than anything, a bit of privacy. I'll just pull that across if I need to. But usually when I am sleeping, when I am pulled up, especially in a wet season or something like this, something like that, this back door is just always locked down. Saves the pillows from falling out the back too. Sulfire is a phone booster. So I've got one in the ute and I've got one here. They're not a satellite phone, they're nothing like it. It's just if your service is a little bit down in some sections, it'll really help to bring it back up. They're a good unit, I like it. So that's why I had one in here, one in the ute, especially if, like, you know, when I was with someone, if someone had to stay back at camp, I knew they always had, you know, that on board in here, so, and just made things a bit easier. Over here, another one of them power boxes. Like I said, it's got all the switches in, so this one's here is for the light up top. That one here is for the Sulfire. I hardwire everything in. More stuff I wire in, the less you got to set up. So another good thing about sleeping in a box, you can't have a fan set up all the time in like a swag or a tent or anything like that. You can't, you know, your bed's not necessarily always made. It's just less things you got to set up. It just makes it a bit easier, especially when you're doing it all, like, you know, a fair bit. So yeah, another power thing, all fused up on the inside of it. I do have an inverter, so hence the fact why I've got a power point in here. So yeah, here we just have your normal 12 volt socket and 2 USB inputs. Up here, so what we got here is the Wi-Fi. So the antenna outside, the Sulferno, the square looking antenna, actually takes a SIM card. So that's a data SIM card I got in there, and Telstra one, and that's what gives me Wi-Fi. So it's like RV Wi-Fi or whatever they're called. So I had one of them, but ended up going one of these. So we're a little bit more, but this thing's brilliant. It works really, really well. So that's what that is. So that's the Wi-Fi, obviously, so I can put videos up, what you're watching now. I rely a lot on that, you know, for my little online business and that, my merch and that. So I need me Wi-Fi. What I really can't wait to do though is hopefully one day I'll be able to get that Starlink. I reckon that'll be a game changer for me, because I love being away, you know, where there is just like no service, but it's always good to, you know, you still want to be in contact with people, and especially if something goes wrong. But I've got, you know, the Zoleo for stuff like that, but I just need to be able to keep up with the campman side of things. I need to keep posting, and I want to, you know, keep up with my little business, because that is how I make money as well. So I think the old Starlink will just let me go proper whoop and then not worry about service, because I'll have it through that. So that's what that is. So that's a 240 volt one as well. Just runs off 240 volt, doesn't chew stuff all for me. Put that power point in it for it. So one's obviously for the AC, and then yeah, this one here runs your Wi-Fi device. So other than that, I'll put one light in here. Yeah, there's not really much else in here that I can show you. Like I said, she's a double size. Yeah, you can see if you see all these things around. So obviously me remote controls, all my remotes and stuff. It's like you used to do it, you know, at home. I remember always mum or granddad used to have that Velcro strips, and you stick it on the chair, so then you can stick your remote control to it. So I was like, yep, I'm using that idea for the sleeper cabs, and they like these ones. I've had these stuck on here since day dot, and they've still lasted. The other trailer, I had it for longer than this one so far, and you know, they stuck on it since I got rid of the trailer. I mean, if they get real bad and if I'm happy where I'm going to put them, I'll Sikaflex them on. But yeah, so it's pretty much the sleeper box. So it's just good. It's just practical for me. It's easy. I love it. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't, for living full time on the road, I wouldn't go back to a you know, like a soft floor camper or any material sort of things. It's not bagging them out. I'm just saying it just would not work for me. I'm just so used to having it like this. One, for when I do pull up, I'm not setting nothing up. In the morning, I'm not packing nothing up. It's a matter of opening that box up and then jump straight into bed and go to sleep and wake up and do it again. But, oh well. Any other questions, guys, just give us a holler. What I do too is, because I've got, you know, I've got to try and carry everything on me. So, and I can be in 4 seasons in, you know, 1 year, or things can change, what I'm trying to say. So right now I've got a bit of a summer kind of setup here, just a lighter thing, which never's really on me. I kick it off. But then I also got a crash pad, like bigger sleeping bag. So come winter, summer, obviously you don't want all your linen to be in with you, but linen can take up a lot of room. So most of my stuff just goes underneath the bed. So come winter, all my winter stuff's tucked underneath this bed. Lifts it up a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot to make it a nuisance or anything, but it's in a good spot. Tucked away. It's pretty clean under there too, you know. But yeah, oh well. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Give us a thumbs up and a comment if you did like it, and please, if you want, jump onto www.thecampman.com.au, and if you see something you like, we will be getting more stock in soon. So I'm not sure when you'll see this video, but we're running low on our footy shorts and stuff. So, and a few shirts, so we're going to get more stock in, and hopefully there's some more cookbooks and stuff like that as well. Then, till then, yeah, I'll see yous. Catch yous, eh?